Hi, math friends. Today we're looking at inequalities, deriving information from a graph. We need to recall important information like the axes. X-axis runs horizontal, Y-axis runs vertical. Make sure that we are reading them correctly. We also need to recall and be able to reason with less than and greater than when values are less than a certain number or when they're greater than a certain number. So what we'll specifically look at is like if x is 5, I'm going to look here. If a problem is asking me for y to be 10, I'm going to look over here for y to be 10. Let's look at some examples. For what values of x is y greater than 3? So I'm going to look for y greater than 3. So let's look on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3. So right here. So is y greater than 3? Am I going to go up or down? Well, here's y equals 3. The y values increase going up. So I'm looking at all of these. All right. So the x values here, I'm going to need to use I'm going to use a different color here to denote that. So here, look at the x value. X value would be 5. So for y to increase, right here, what's happening to x as we're going up? So the x values, are they increasing or decreasing as the y values are increasing? Well, they're increasing. So I'm going to say x is greater than 5. And let's check for reasonability too. Y is greater than 3, so it's becoming greater than 3 there, and x is greater than 5. If it would have said greater than or equal to 3, then I would have needed an equal sign under here because this is exactly where y is 3. Let's look at another example. For what values of y is x less than or equal to 0? So let's look for when x is less than or equal to 0. So remember, x values are going to be here. This is the x-axis. X value of 0. So x is 0 right here. And I want to know when y is less, when x is less than. So x is going to be less if we go to the left on the graph. So that's going to be all of these values. What's the y value here? That's right, the y value is 10. So if I'm going to the left, that means that I'm also going up. So I see the y values increasing. So I'm going to say the y values are going to be greater than or equal to 10. I have to look at the x and y values carefully when I do these. Last one for this skill. For what values of x is y less than or equal to 6? So I want to see y less than or equal to 6. Look at my y-axis, the vertical axis, 6. Go over, let's find that. And then I need to go straight down to find the x value. The x value is also 6 for this one. Sometimes that happens. Usually it doesn't, but sometimes it happens too. So I want y to be less than or equal to 6. So less than, I want that to be going down because I want the y values to go down. So that means that the x values are also going to be going to the left or going down. So x is also going to be less than or equal to 6.